So I'd like to welcome Tazi Mehta to the podcast. Tazi is a gentleman who's in Papua New Guinea, and I met him through social media. We were talking about copyright in Papua New Guinea, and so welcome, Tazi, to the podcast for our first ever global podcast on world music. Let's get a bit of Tazi's background first. And so, Tazi, can you tell me who is your main influence as a young musician? You're a saxophone player. Do you play anything else, by the way?
I specialize a lot on traditional Papua New Guinean instruments.
Yes. Like which instruments? What?
The bamboo flutes.
Uh-huh.
The percussion.
Yep.
The main percussion, which is the kundu.
Oh yes, the kundu drum, of course. The talking drum.
In relation to modern instruments, yes, I play the guitar, the keyboards.
But you play saxophone as well, Tazi, don't you? I think you mentioned yes. Okay, and what was very interesting in your write-up was that you were combining jazz and tribal instruments and the chants and melodies of Melanesia. That was a big experimentation in the 80s, and that influenced you a bit. So tell me about Sanguma and how they influenced you.
They are some of the very talented, very skillful group of people.
High-level musicians, yeah.
They influenced me during the time that I got interested in music.
Right. Before you went to university, this was as a teenager?
Yes.
And
when I went to school in Rabaul, we had teachers who taught us music in those 2 years who came from the National Art School, which is the place where this Sanguma experiment was born.
So did the government sort of assist in the development of Sanguma and other artists with that school? Was it a government school or a private?
The government set up the school. It was called the National Arts School.
Right.
And it was from there that a lot of very influential PNG musicians and other artists as well, like craftsmen and painters, choreographers.
Yep.
It is now part of the University of Papua New Guinea.
So looking at your career then, so after you went to school in Rabaul, you went to university. Now, was that in Port Moresby?
No, that was in Goroka.
In Goroka. Okay, in the Highlands.
Yes.
Wow. I've been there. It's a lovely place. Good coffee in Goroka, of
course. It is.
It's the best coffee in the world.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Absolutely. When we were working with BSP and Telecom PNG in the marketing capacity, we went all around, and Goroka was a lovely place. Very interesting.
If I may add, you were here for some time in various capacities.
Oh, yes.
With NBC, National Broadcasting.
Yes. I loved working with NBC. What a talented bunch of people that worked there. Trained by Channel 9 originally, some of them, and we rebranded NBC and then created new programs. We created a music program which was called Replay. It was great. It was a great experience. So anyway, it's not about me, it's about you today. So thank you for looking into what I did and what we've done there. But we want to talk about you, mate. So you went to university in Goroka, and there were some Sanguma legacy people there?
We had a succession of lecturers who came into the music department who were part of the band. And I think one of the most influential person then was the leader of Sanguma, Tony Subam, who taught at Goroka, and I was so privileged to be one of his students at that time.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did you ever have dealings with Baruka Tau? He was in Yothi Yindi, wasn't he? That's right.
Yes, he was in Yothi India. I've never met him.
He used to play the piano. Yes, that's right. Yes. Very sadly, he used to play the piano at the Crown Plaza. I used to go and talk to him, and he was a fascinating man. And what a great piano player! And he played very unorthodox versions of jazz standards. Such a lovely man. Very sad. And his family, they were all musical. Like, I remember being in PNG, and somebody said that Kylie Minogue had a drummer who was from a family in PNG of brothers that were all drummers. It
must be the Hakalits.
Yes, I looked it up and I did some Googling, as you do, and the Hakalits siblings are amazing. There was no mention of Kylie but in the Googling, but I believe that one of them Ben Hakelix was probably likely to be, and they have drums that are built in models of drum kits that are made after them from Canadian maple. It's amazing. PNG reaches out, and definitely with your 8 million people, you punch above your weight in the international music industry, and you're doing the same. And I'm going to get to that in a bit. So
thank you.
That was a side thing about drummers, but Yothu Yindi had. How many PNG members did it have? Just
Ben is still with them. Ben Hakelix is still with them.
So they were the two PNG members of Yothu Yindi, which was, as we all know, is an incredibly successful world music outfit. And they created a style of music that was, this sort of joining of Western and traditional music and this kind of
traditional
thing.
Music, yes.
And that's sort of what you're doing, I guess, in a way.
That's the main vein of what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So let's go back to you again. In 1993, you started recording with CHM Supersound in Port Moresby. They were the largest studio and record label, I guess, in PNG. And I know that a friend of mine who used to set up recording studios, it was his business. He would set up their Pro Tools systems, and Chris Nameby from Brisbane here, and he spoke very highly of CHM, and they had certainly a big roster of artists. And so you had recorded 4 albums, you say, and you say that they weren't successful, but I'm sure they were successful in PNG, because CHM were like a marketing machine, and they certainly would have pumped out CDs in the day. And I mean, now we're with streaming. Do your albums on the CHM albums, did they ever put them up on the streaming services?
My last album with them.
Right. I'll have a look and we'll communicate. And on our Music to Midnight website, we'll have where this podcast will end up. I'll have some links. Have some links to your music there as well, so people can listen to it. So you were recording with CHM, and was that for how many years was that?
I started in 1993, thereabout. Yes, 93. My last contract terminated in 2001.
Well, they wouldn't have been selling CDs as much because of streaming and whatever. Of course, the same happened.
That's right.
All the record shops in Australia, Brash's had 300 record shops, CD shops. They just disappeared basically overnight. And that's what happens I went into CHM's shop in Barocco, I think it was.
Barocco, yes.
And they had. I actually bought about 10 albums. This was the first trip we went to PNG, and I thought I need to hear PNG music because we were doing work for Bank South Pacific, and we had to write a song, and so I had a look at it, and it was very interesting. There were loads and loads and loads of great...
That shop at Barocco was a treasure trove of,
Yes, a mecca of places.
It was,
Is it still there or not?
I've never been for quite some time, but I don't think it's still there.
No, it'd be tough. It'd be tough. Yeah, so you did that, and you had your 4 albums, which is great. And then you've mentioned that, the radio stations, and I know because I had been to PNG quite a lot. In fact, we had 26 trips in 2016 in 1 year up there because we never lived there. We went up there and had meetings and then come back and do the work. And I noticed on the radio and everything, and you've mentioned this here, that there was a typical sort of PNG sound that is still going, this sort of... it's sort of reggae sort of sound. How would you describe the sort of sound that PNG commercial music has now?
The PNG, popular sound at the moment is being influenced a lot.
Yes.
By what the radio stations want, so that they can feed that music to a certain demographic.
And also, they wanted to mesh with the overseas music that PNG people like, So that kind of stuff. So you can understand the influence, and for artists in PNG, they want to fit the mold, if you like, of that kind of thing. So, and that's commercial. That's commercial PNG pop music, I guess you'd call that. Your music is a bit more has more depth than that. It's as you said, it's a tribal. It's got tribal elements in it. And, of course, PNG with 1,000 languages, you're in any particular languages or more than one? Or
most of the materials I've done when I was with Chilismin and now with Ancient Ask, like I derive them from where I am from my culture.
And where exactly is that in PNG?
I'm actually talking to you now from our town, Kimbe.
Oh, in Kimbe, okay.
I've done songs which are from the other provinces as well. So
okay.
as long as we think that it fits into what we're doing, and we don't go against the
culture,
the traditions and the cultures from where the music comes from.
And the only point I was going to make, Tazi, was that if you're singing in a local dialect, that's some of these languages only have 1,000 people who can understand them. You'd then
that's right.
You'd have to be very careful that your songs do translate so that everybody in every place in the world can enjoy them. So I know that having listened to the tracks that you've sent me, they do. It doesn't necessarily matter if you don't understand every word in it. It's what you perceive from the music, which I thought was fantastic. So let's talk about Ancient Dusk, which is your. You've got two projects, and Ancient Dusk is one project.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about how that started. I know you told me here, but perhaps you could tell the listeners how that started.
Ancient Dusk started between the period when I left Teenage Min, and it was I was doing music, I was teaching music, I was gigging, playing with friends, helping others with production and so on. But it was in 2022. And that was when I teamed up with Raymond, who is now part of the band and who works on the production side of Ancient Dusk.
Right.
He's our producer. He's our keyboard player. So we came up with idea to do Melanesian chants and melodies infused with modern instruments. A bit of the modern music genre. But still keeping the essence and the taste of where we get the music from.
Yes.
Whether it's from Western Britain or from the Highlands, or from the Sepik,
Yes, the mighty Sepik River, the mighty Sepik. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
So everything
full of crocodiles.
Everything goes full of.
Yes, you don't go swimming there very often.
No, don't. Just don't.
That's funny. So you in your information you sent me, you said you organised a performance at the infamous Cosmopolitan Club in Port Moresby. I've never been there, but I've read about it and seen their ads, and it's a fantastic place, I'm sure.
It is a fantastic place.
Yes, it's where everyone goes to do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had some artists from West New Britain, from where you're from.
Yes,
and after that performance, you basically started Ancient Dusk. That was where you created it. Yeah, that's amazing.
After the performance, I thought, okay, before we go back to Kimbe, where some of the things that we might need would not be, in terms of what we're trying to do, might not be available, and some of the people might not be available. So it was there that we came, like the idea was cemented.
Yes.
I came up with a name, although some of my friends did not agree with the name. We came up with a name.
You can't please everybody, Tazi. You can't please everybody.
No. and then we recorded Laiso.
Yes. Let's talk about that. So this was your first single, and I'll just read what you sent to me about it because it was fascinating. So your single Lasso, how do you pronounce it? Lasso. Okay. Charted Laeso. Charted on Cashbox magazine countdown under the top 100 pop rock category, and you actually got up to as high as number 57, and this is in the world, remember? So this was incredible, competing against, in your words, music royalty such as Elton John and Taylor Swift. So this was PNG really punching above its weight. And your personal feeling, you said seeing your band name on this parade of international music creators and stars is a feeling only a few get to experience. So that would have been, for your band members and yourself and anyone associated with you, would have been just awesome. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to play that single for everybody to listen to, and then we'll come back and chat a bit more about it. So here we go, Leso. So that was Leso, and I hope everybody loved that. It is absolutely fantastic. The production was amazing, and this is a real quality track that's come out of Papua New Guinea.